Tamar screams, "Fuck, I should have shot you in the face. You're a fucking deadbeat, Brian. I hope you suffer a painful death. I'm watching my husband Brian bleed on the concrete after being shot by my sister Tamar. I'm so confused on what to believe. I was hit with so much at one time that I needed to investigate." Tamar is screaming while being hauled off. "I'm sorry, Melissa, but you needed to hear the truth. I didn't want to bring it to you this way. Go down to social services and look up Tamara Jenkins." Tamar is thrown into the backseat of a police car. Tamar would be charged with attempted murder after shooting Brian. Tamar is looking at 25 to life if convicted. "I held Brian's hand after he was shot and put in the ambulance. Brian was gasping for air and the bullet pierced his chest. Deep down inside I knew most of this was my fault. I should have believed my husband instead of jumping the gun so quickly. I say, hang in there, bae. You gon' pull through this shit." After 2 hours of surgery, the doctors removed the bullet from Brian. Brian was going to pull through just fine. After another 6 hours of constant waiting, Brian finally opens his eyes. I look at Brian and say, "Hello, bae, how you feeling? I'm so sorry, Brian, for not believing in you. Could you ever forgive me?" Brian says, "Of course, Melissa. Death do us apart. You got a lot of making up to do." Melissa says, "That's a deal, bae. You need to get some rest now." Brian sits up in the hospital bed and says, "Melissa, your sister is a lunatic, but she wasn't lying about everything. I have a confession that I need to get off my chest. I hope we can find a way to get through this. This confession will change our marriage and the way you look at me." To be continued.